What is up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire Facets here, and today we are covering a topic we haven't covered in a little bit, and that is Flesh and Blood and the top 4 sealed products to be investing in for Flesh and Blood. Obviously, there is another set coming up on the horizon for this fall, and so that is kind of why we're going to recap. Flesh and Blood prices have come down significantly from the high, falling as much or more in some cases than Pokemon. They have really been hit quite hard. If you read any comments and any videos about it, you get a lot of stuff about how nobody plays Flesh and Blood, how it's not a great game, how it'll never catch up to those other ones. You can make your own opinion on that. Personally, I think with the way Magic the Gathering is kind of treating their customer base by raising prices, going to this Amazon model, I think that they could definitely open up the door for Flesh and Blood to take over some more market cap. Everything I've heard from people that do play the game really enjoy it. I personally don't play any of these games, so I'm kind of looking at them from an outsider's perspective. So I don't know how they play, but I've heard it's very good, and I do like the idea of having a hero that you kind of equipped with gear and then go from there. But without further ado, that's a little bit about the game and the situation right now. Let's jump into the top 4 products. So right off the bat, at number 4, we are going to have first edition Monarch booster boxes. These have dipped even further. Before release, they were selling at $600 or more. Then upon release, like most products, they did fall. They fell all the way to $300 price range and then kind of held pretty steady there. But now it looks like they have dropped some more. eBay recent sold prices are right around $260 to $275 from what I've seen. I do think these are a good buy right now if you're looking at getting in on it, because historically when the next set comes out, the previous set always does very well. Like I said, the next Flesh and Blood set is coming out this fall. So I expect Monarch to take a nice little bump. Obviously when the print numbers get released too, that kind of determines the price. If it's more than what people thought was printed, then it's going to go down. If it's less than what people thought was printed, it's going to go up. So that can kind of make a difference too. But let's move on to the second product, number 3 on our list for the countdown, and that is going to be first edition Crucible of War booster boxes. This is the only product on the list that I actually have any stake in. I own, I think, 6 or 7 just individual booster packs. I wish I would have bought a whole booster box, but at the time I couldn't swing it, so I just bought individual packs. Those did do pretty well for me. Booster boxes were up to, I believe, $1,500 at one point during the peak, but now they have fallen back down to between $800 and $900. All these prices that I'm listing are eBay recents, so it's pretty accurate, but there is a wide swing on a lot of these products because not a ton sell, particularly as we get into the older sets. There's just less sales, so it's a little harder to keep track of the data, and they do swing a lot. I noticed some were several $100s different. Not sure what that is, if it's just how the wrapping on the box looks or how the pictures were taken, but there does seem to be big price variances in some of these. But yeah, Crucible of War right now, $800 to $900. Basically, this whole list is going to come down to if you believe in the game. It's only 2 or 3 years old, 2.5 maybe years old at this point. It is incredibly young compared to games like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. So as it continues to establish itself in the market and gets older, I expect the prices on this stuff to continue rising. So Crucible of War, $800 to $900 is the number 3 on our list of the top 4 products. Number 2, we're going to say is first edition sealed booster boxes of Arcane Rising. This was the second ever set to come out, and the numbers on this were much lower than what people imagined when the print numbers were released, which is why it's holding at between $2,500 and $3,000. This was between the $6,000 and $7,000 range. During the peak, I'm pretty sure this set, number 2, I know is pretty popular with people. It was the second set, so sometimes first set gets really hyped and the second one kind of lags behind. Arcane has done well, it looks like, but the $2,500 to $3,000 range right now. And if you haven't been able to tell yet, this video is a little bit satirical because I do know that these top X product list videos do really well. But with Flesh and Blood, there's only 4. So obviously, number 1 on my list is going to be Welcome to Wraith Alpha booster boxes. I just wanted to make this video to kind of talk about Flesh and Blood, tell you all about the big drop. Like I said, if you believe in the game, it's probably a good time to be buying. I'm going to try and scoop up a Monarch First Edition booster box here in the next couple weeks because I do think it will do well over time. But yeah, if you're watching this far, you can kind of get in on the secret to this video, which is it's just the only 4 products that have come out. Obviously, I wouldn't invest anything in unlimited product because it is unlimited printing, which I think is great for the design of the game. It allows those cards to stay really cheap and allows a good player base to build and be able to build decks to play the game for a very low price, unlike a Pokemon, for example, where if you really needed not a rainbow, but a VMAX card, it could kind of hinder it, or Magic the Gathering, depending on what format you're playing. So yeah, product number 2 on the list was Arcane Rising. And then, like I mentioned before, the best product probably to invest in is going to be the original Welcome to Wraith boxes. These are quite a bit lower than what they had been. They are between $3,750 or $3,750 and $4,800. Now that is a huge spread of over $1,000. And the reason for that was there was a couple of sales. On the most recent, just a couple days ago, was that $3,750 number. But then just say a week or 2 ago, one did sell for $4,800. Not sure what the reason for that huge price variance is, but the Welcome to Wraith Alpha boxes will always be that sort of first edition Pokemon base set booster box, or the Magic the Gathering Alpha set stuff. It's always going to be the original. It will always be the most valuable. It will have the lowest print run numbers, and it will always be the set that kind of all other sets are marked against. So like I said, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. If you believe in the game and think it will continue to do well, and you do have about $4,000 to drop on a box, the Welcome to Wraith Alpha booster box is going to be the product for you. But yeah, that's kind of how I think about Flesh and Blood right now. I would like to expand my position in this game. I'm not a big Magic. I don't own any Magic cards, but I do think Flesh and Blood seems like it has a decent foothold in the market, and I think it will continue to do very well. So our final number 1 product on the list was the Welcome to Wraith Alpha booster box. And that's all I got for you guys today. Just a kind of short little funny video, I guess. Leave some comments down below. I definitely might have gotten some stuff wrong. Like I said, I'm not a huge Flesh and Blood collector yet, but I am slowly trying to learn more about the game all the time and maybe pick up some cold foils, or like I said, that new Monarch booster box. I would like to order one of those if I can find one for a decent price. If you have one you're looking to sell, hit me up. The email down in the description. I'm always open to buying pretty much anything. Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, football, basketball, whatever you got, send me a message. I guess the worst thing I can say is no. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more content, and I will catch you in the next video.